Welcome to Card Player's Legal Update with our legal counsel, Allyn Jaffrey Shulman. Now, Allyn, something exciting is going on right now in the online poker world. Why don't you tell us about it?
Absolutely. NETELLER announced today that it has finally reached an agreement with the United States Attorney's Office, and those of us who have money in NETELLER will be getting that money back. I have written extensively on this issue, and since NETELLER is a publicly traded company on the London Stock Exchange, I was never concerned about us getting our money back. And as a matter of fact, not only do you have your money in NETELLER, Card Player also has money in NETELLER. Many of you may not be aware, but Card Player, besides having a magazine in the United States, we have Card Player Finland, Card Player Sweden, Card Player Denmark, Card Player France, Card Player Germany, and of course Card Player Europe. And we have been using NETELLER as our e-wallet in order to pay some of our writers who are not living within the United States.
Great. So when can people expect to get their money back from NETELLER?
That's a good question, and I want to very carefully answer that question, because what NETELLER is saying is that the agreement they entered into with the United States government is that within the next 75 days, they will come up with a distribution plan. This does not mean that we're going to get our money back within the next 75 days. It means within 75 days, NETELLER, the U.S. government, and an independent third party called Navigant Consulting Incorporated will come up with a plan within the next 75 days for distribution of our $55 million currently held by NETELLER.
So once the plan has been released to the public, that's when they can expect to start getting their funds back into their accounts?
Right. After the 75 days, a plan will be in place, and NETELLER and the U.S. government came up with a very good idea. They hired an independent third party. That's always a very prudent thing to do. That third party is charged with consulting, forensic accounting, and overseeing the process to make sure that we get back our $55 million.
Great. So Navigant is going to be basically overseeing the process, making sure that all the customers are given the correct sums of money that was in their NETELLER accounts?
Exactly.
Great. Can we expect to see NETELLER back in the United States market?
That's a good question. I like that question. Interestingly enough, when NETELLER representatives were asked that specific question, they have said that no decisions have been made regarding the future availability of NETELLER. That means that the door is not closed for NETELLER to come back to the United States.
So, Allyn, I've heard that something else is going on right now involving a congressman. You want to tell us about that?
Yes, I do. As many of you may have heard, U.S. Congressman Barney Frank, he's a Democrat from Massachusetts, he was very unhappy with the passage of the Unlawful Internet Gaming Enforcement Act, and he now is making plans to try to repeal that act.
What has Congressman Frank said about Internet gaming?
Well, what's interesting is last year, when the Unlawful Internet Gaming Enforcement Act was being discussed, he addressed Congress. Someone had said that online gaming does not add to the gross domestic product, nor does it make us more competitive. He answered that charge, and he said, has it become the role of this Congress to prohibit any activity that an adult wants to engage in simply because it doesn't make us more competitive? What kind of social, cultural authoritarianism are we advocating here? And he went on to say that the fundamental point is, if an adult in this country wants to engage in an activity that harms no one, how dare Congress prohibit it? And I think that the position of all poker players should be, how dare Congress prohibit us from doing something that we enjoy doing?
Absolutely. So it's good that we've got him on our side now.
Yes, it is. Well, we have him on our side, but one of the things that he says has been repeated by Senator Al D'Amato. It's been repeated by Shelley Berkeley. All these people are giving us wise advice, and that wise advice is contact your representative. So what we've done, if you go to the Card Player website and you go to the Allyn Jaffrey Shulman article that I wrote, my Wednesday article, one of the things that you will find is a link. The link will allow you to write your senator, write your congressman, and it also gives phone numbers. If you know the name of your congressman or senator, what you can do is call the U.S. Capitol switchboard at 202-224-3121. Ask for your representative, ask for your congressman, and frame the issue. Do not take away our personal freedoms. We want to play poker online, and we should be allowed to do so.
One last reminder to our viewers, if they do want to join the PPA, how should they go about doing so?
In my latest article, we have a link to the Poker Players Alliance, where you are invited to join the Poker Players Alliance and also write your senator and write your congressman. I believe that we have to make our voices heard.
Thank you for tuning in to our legal update with Allyn Jaffrey Shulman. I'm Lizzie Harrison for Card Player TV.